everyone. Well, what's happening today? Lily's happening today, although she doesn't know right now that she's actually going to be coming on out and coming outside. But really the video isn't about getting Lily out and actually taking her outside, even though it's kind of a part of it, I guess. But I want to talk about really talking about the commitment that we make when we decide to bring a snake into our home, and what that commitment actually means, and are you prepared for it? Or did you think that just getting a snake would be bringing them home and putting them into an enclosure and giving them a feed and so forth, cleaning up after them, was going to be about the extent of actually having a snake in your life? For me, of course, it's snakes, but you know, if I only had one, my life would be so busy, even with the likes of having Lily around. She totally keeps me busy all of the time. She's a girl that loves to come out every day, and I allow her. She's checking out that climber, like, hang on, this is new. I've not, wow, can I enjoy this like the little ones do? I know, Lily, you're a bit big for that, sweetie. Like, you know, I've brought up intelligence. I have spoken about it a lot when it comes to our snakes. Now, this is something new sitting here that Lily has noticed. Well, she's going to check it out. She's going to see, what is this thing? What can I do with it? Because she's too big to do anything with it. She might fit her head through this square and a bit of a neck, and that would be about it. So I'm pretty sure. But it's a nice little hidey hole, isn't it, under there, under the leaves, and she's tasting it, she's checking it all out. It has been sprayed down since the little ones have been on it and Maya was on it. Just something that I do, even though I do know that all my snakes are, you know, perfectly fine. But yeah, that commitment that you have to understand, that is what you're doing. You are committing yourself to taking care of something that isn't considered your average pet that you would have in your life. And I guess I'm talking about people that, you know, get a snake as a pet, not so much looking at the snake because they've got some breeding plans with it, or yeah, that is their whole journey with their snakes, is getting snakes to breed. I'm talking about the ones that decide to get them because they think they make amazingly wonderful pets. And they do. Don't get me wrong, they absolutely do. But they are a different pet, and they do have different needs in many ways compared to a dog and a cat. And like my birds, though my birds are very different to caring for than my cats and dogs as well. But understanding, you do have to. Lily, I really don't want you going through the whole, sweetie, because you'll only get so far and then you'll get stuck, and then you wouldn't like it, and neither would I actually like it. Hello, I can see you in there. I can see you hiding in there. It's a good little posse, isn't it? On the cushion, that must be comfortable. Have you checked it out enough yet? Or you're still figuring it out? But you can't just bring them home and have a kennel kind of just sitting there for them, or a soft basket to lay in. They require so much more, and you really have to think about it in advance, because it's really good to get them home and have everything already set up. So of course the first thing you do is research, find out what you specifically need for the species of snake that you're thinking about bringing home. And I don't want to let Lily get too far, guys, so excuse me while I just put you down and I will pick Lily up, because yes, I do want to take her outside before the sun kind of disappears and it gets chillier than what it already is. And I'm saying chillier than what it already is, even though the sun's out, and it'll be quite warm in the sun. And I'll try and keep you on, Lily. We're walking into the dark zone. I don't have my blinds up. Saturday, I've just been chilling out today. So, you know, this is a part of my commitment with my snakes, is giving them the opportunity to venture on outside. Hello, Mia. I know you will come and join me. I'm chasing the sun in the yard right now. I hope it's not too windy, and yeah, you're hearing wind because I didn't put my little muff on today. Yes, Mia, come and say hello. Come and say hello while Lily ventures on down. I have specifically brought Lily out. Normally I would go away. I know you've given her a kiss, so that'll do, and let Lily go, because if she'll kind of like let go at this point, because I do feel that it's time for the toilet for Lily, and I know she is more inclined to actually want to go if I bring her outside rather than doing it in her enclosure. So for me, you know, that's one aspect that I might look at and say to somebody, getting a snake, is to consider the fact that they do like to come outside, and I believe it's very good for them to come outside and get out in the sunshine, and of course to go to the toilet should they need to go. And you can toilet train your snakes, as I think I have proven to everybody. Are you going to climb back up on me? Yes, she is climbing back up with her head over one shoulder and her booty gripped around my neck, while her tail end. Oh please, Mia, I can't even move, sweetie. Oh my goodness, go away. Sorry guys, I'm moving you all over the place, but my cat is just totally scooting the camera out of my hand, and Lily is trying to do her thing and kind of get a little bit comfortable here, but still hasn't, you know, quite let go, and I'm blocking the sunshine. Oh my goodness, love my animals. Why would you not love your animals who just want to come over and have a pat and smooge up with you? I mean, it's really great. But yeah, Lily, I am feeling would appreciate coming outside to possibly use the bathroom. It doesn't mean that she will. And, you know, you're not necessarily always going to get it right. No, yes, she needed to go. But it doesn't mean that I would ever just say, well, you're not going outside because you don't need the toilet. I don't just bring them out for that. But I do start thinking about that in between, even if I was outside a couple of days prior, that there's a possibility she may need it today. And yeah, I still think either way, it's giving her a wonderful opportunity to stretch out, get some exercise, and she's going further and further away. But what Lily is actually doing is she knows this yard so well that she's pretty much going to head for the front door. So no, I didn't want to come out. I don't need the toilet, so can you take me back inside, please? I will let her get so far, and then I will go and actually bring her back here as well. Lily isn't kind of that snake that will necessarily turn around and come back to me, whereas Jack was the boy that would only go so far from Mum, and then he'd go, oops, I'm too far away. But it's a massive, massive commitment, because you have to think what you need for them, the housing they will require, the heating, what you require to put in your enclosure for your snakes. And it's not just a couple of hides and some substrate or whatever on the ground. You know, for me, my carpet pythons need space, and they need something to climb on. They need something to get up off the ground. It's so important to them. Excuse me while I attempt to pick up this big girl and make her feel comfortable. She's way, way, way longer than me, even though Mum can kind of do you one-handed, because Lily has that trust that I won't let her fall. And yeah, so anyway, let's get her going, even though I can see her heading straight back where she came from. But you've got these snakes for a long time in your life too. We're not talking about, you know, a few years. You know, we're talking upwards of 20 plus years, especially if you have taken really good care of them, offered them outside of their enclosure. You do not want sedentary snakes that are just laying around all the time and doing nothing. We know for us as humans how important exercise is to us in our life. Well, it's the same for a snake. They really do need to have exercise, no matter what the species it is that you have. My carpet pythons are extremely active, but then all of mine are. You know, I do have my spotted pythons. And, you know, they are so active and on the go. They want to explore. They're excited. They love coming out. They're not thinking about being afraid when they're out. They're just thinking about enjoying the time when they're out. So the commitment, it's a long commitment time. Funds. If your snake gets sick, it's not cheap to take your snakes to a vet, because it's a specialized area as well. And if you love your snakes dearly, you're going to have the money to be able to do whatever it is that they may need at a vet. I mean, walking through the door for a consultation with my dogs and cats, you know, is $45, $50. For my snakes, the moment I step through that door, it's $120 because it's a snake. And their medications or anything, any treatment they need is going to cost a lot of money, and that comes with getting a snake. They can't live in a tub all their life. That's my belief. They can't live in a tub all their life. I don't care what they are, what species they are. They all deserve, if they're going to be in a tub, to be able to come out of that tub and look around and have the exercise. That is to me as important as anything else that you will do with your snakes. And I can't say that enough. Get them out. I don't like seeing defensive older snakes. I don't see why there are defensive older snakes if they have been in a captive situation since they were born. And I don't care if somebody says to me, that's the species it is. I don't. That is not right. All it tells me is the time has not been put in with that snake as a young one. And that doesn't mean if you get an older snake, that's an excuse. It came to me already like that. You know, then it's up to you to stop, take the time with that snake, and whatever time it takes, you do it. Because in the end, that's going to benefit the snake and the rest of its life with you. To live a day-to-day existence of being afraid, to be worrying, is somebody going to come on out and open up my door or my tub and frighten me today. And honestly, that is what they'll be thinking. So anyway, guys, just remember, it's a commitment. It's a huge one as far as I'm concerned, but it's huge only in the fact of how committed you really are and really want to have a snake in your life. So guys, you take care of yourself, your family, your friends, and I'll step back just so you can see how big Lily is getting. And take care of all your animals, like your barky big dogs I have. Ciao.